guys, welcome back, and for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm Shayla here at Virtually Nutritious. In today's video, we're going to be doing part 2 of our intuitive eating mini-series, where we go over principles 3 and 4 that are discussed in the intuitive eating book, which I do have linked below. If you missed my first video, I will link that in a card right about here so you can see principles 1 and 2. And in case you missed my little brief introduction in my last video, I made this series because I think that people generally have a really bad relationship with food and trusting themselves and trusting their food and enjoying food in the process. Whether you're on a weight loss journey or not, I think that a lot of people have really bad relationships with food. You know, labeling foods as good and bad and telling yourself, no, I can't have that. And that shouldn't be the way we live. I want you to enjoy your food. I'm a dietitian. I enjoy my food, and the dietitians I know love food as well. We as dietitians eat the bad stuff too. Pizza, ice cream, cake, cookies, chocolate, you name it, we eat it because we've been able to follow these principles that we're talking about, and it helps you build a much better relationship with food and actually allows you to enjoy food and have food that you love. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in learning a little bit more about, please keep watching. So principles 3 and 4 in the intuitive eating book are to make peace with food and to challenge the food police. Now these two go hand in hand together, I think, very well. They're very related. So we'll talk about making peace with food first. I also call this, unconditional permission. So this is kind of allowing yourself to enjoy food again. And, if you want something, have it. As scary as that sounds, and you might think to yourself, oh gosh, if I really want chocolate and I have chocolate every time I want it, I'm gonna be eating a lot of chocolate. And you might at first. And then that goes away because it loses that luster. It's not this forbidden fruit anymore almost. I always use this analogy with my clients at work, and we all know those families that have that jar of M&Ms or Hershey Kisses at their house. There's always one family, and you go over there and they don't even pay any attention to those Hershey Kisses or M&Ms. When I would go over as a child to one of my good friends' houses, she always had a bowl of Hershey's Kisses sitting in the living room. First thing I did was grab one. And I would offer her one. Hey, do you want one? I'm going to grab one. She's like, no thanks. I was shocked that somebody could say no to Hershey's Kisses because I love chocolate. But when they're there every day, you lose interest in them. Yeah, that anytime you want one, you can have one. But it's not like this forbidden thing that you never let yourself have, so you don't feel deprived. You allow yourself to have it. So yes, while it might sound so scary to let yourself have the foods that you're craving, over time, you won't be overeating those and you won't feel that lack of self-control. Which brings me to principle number 4, which is challenging the food police. I think we're all guilty of this, myself included. It's a work in progress. We label foods as good and bad. And, I have a lot of patients who come in to see me who want a list of foods they can and cannot eat. And I don't do that. That's not how I believe you should be eating. I will never tell somebody you can never have pizza again. Because if somebody told me I could never have pizza again, I would eat a lot more pizza. I'm not going to say you can never have pizza again. So, when on a Friday night when you're ordering pizza, have a slice, maybe 2. But then have salad. Have a lot of salad. Fill up your plate with it so you can still taste that food you really enjoy, but you're not overeating and negating all the progress you've been making. And by allowing yourself to have these foods, it goes back to that kind of third principle, where you're letting yourself have these foods, you're giving into those cravings. That's not weakness. It's kind of defensive eating. Okay, I want this chocolate now, so I'm gonna have one piece of chocolate. And then that craving will be gone. If you say, no, I can't have that. Nope, I can't have chocolate. I'm not allowed to have chocolate. Nope, that's bad food. That's gonna make me gain weight, etc. You go to a family cookout. You go to a holiday party. You go to anything. There's chocolate there. you're gonna have a piece. You're gonna have another piece. You're gonna have another piece. And you'll just be torturing yourself thinking about it if you're not eating it. And then it's just gonna be this temptation all the time. When if you just let yourself have a piece of chocolate when you wanted one, you would have avoided all this torture. So, I know this video was quite short this week, but just keep in mind those two principles. Make peace with food and to challenge the food police. Have foods you're craving, have foods you enjoy. Enjoy your food. Don't have too much of it, everything in moderation. And stop with the labels. Stop calling foods good foods, bad foods, etc. because that's just making yourself feel guilty. You have a bad food or whatever you might deem as a bad food, you're gonna feel guilty after. You shouldn't feel like that. Your health is not defined by one food item. Your weight loss journey is not defined by one meal. And you know that, you could eat a great big salad at lunch. Doesn't mean you're gonna lose weight. Just because you have one slice of pizza doesn't mean you're gonna gain weight. So the take-home message today, everything in moderation is allowed in any type of healthy diet. If you did enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up, and while you're at it, hit that red subscribe button below. Thank you so much for watching.